President Trump reacting to the stock market declines. He spoke with reporters on Air Force One last night, returning to Washington from Florida.
I don't want anything to go down, but sometimes you have to take medicine to fix something. And we have such a horrible, we have been treated so badly by other countries because we had stupid leadership that allowed this to happen.
Yeah. President keeping his focus on U.S. trade, the trade deficit with other countries. That's what he's talking about, saying if nations want to talk, he's open to it. But otherwise, he says, why would I want to talk? Now, over the weekend, China's foreign ministry is saying, quote, the market has spoken. When it comes to tariffs, President Trump reacted to that message.
We have to solve our trade deficit with China. We have $1 trillion trade deficit with China. Hundreds of billions of dollars a year we lose with China. And unless we solve that problem, I'm not going to make a deal. Now, I'm willing to deal with China, but they have to solve their surplus.
Separately, in a post on his social media site last evening, Trump saying, we have massive financial deficits with China, the European Union, and many others. The only way this problem can be cured is with tariffs, which are now bringing tens of billions of dollars into the USA. They are already in effect. And he says they're a beautiful thing. I would suggest they do not offset what's happened in the marketplace thus far in any way, shape, or form. And by the way, worth noting that, President of Vietnam apparently told the president that he was prepared to go to zero. Yeah. And he said, I'll call you back. So it's unclear,
what the goal is.
What's going on here.
What's the goal? What's the end game?
I mean, it's really... I don't know what else to say. I think we all know.
It is creating cracks even within the Trump administration. You saw Elon Musk's comments over the weekend on X. He went after Navarro for pushing these policies. He told Italian politicians that he would be in favor of zero tariffs, total free trade.
There are very few people who think that this is a good idea. Very few.
I told you the calculation that they used to somehow get countries that don't even have tariffs against us to somehow put it up at like 40 and 50% because it's this minus this divided by this
just the trade
with
deficit.
The trade deficit. Yeah. That got to numbers that are, I don't know if anyone really thinks that that's how you gauge the protectionist policies of another place, but that's what they're using. I think to use non-serious analysis on something as important as this, it's almost frivolous, and I don't think this is a time for non-serious. I think they're learning that this is, you can't be non-serious on defense issues, Signalgate, you can't be non-serious about that, and they better get serious quickly.
What I don't know is whether you can put the toothpaste back in the tube. Not that he can't tweet out in 10 seconds from now, if he so chooses, the tariffs are off, which I can't imagine is something he's going to be doing. But that whatever has just happened here, I think has actually had a fissure around the world longer term. And I think people haven't even figured that part of this out.
It's the breaking of trust with allies.
I still think they're going to... No way that they can ignore the biggest economy and biggest trading partner in the world if they have to hold their nose. I mean, I think it's interesting.
It's not over the short term, but longer term, the alliances that it builds and the places that people want to do business.
I don't think it's permanent damage. I don't.
I think the arrogance of that, to be honest, not about you. I'm saying the arrogance of this,
thinking that
anybody who thinks that somehow just because I like to believe we're exceptional, but the arrogance to think that just because of our size and scale, that everybody's going to have to always hold their nose to play with us. I think
add in that they have some culpability. They've got some culpability in why this is happening in the first place.
There are better deals that could be struck. They're just making there's a better way about going.
If you could get to zero with everyone, it'd be a better place. Eat your vegetables. Look, did you hear that? If you have a sickness, you need medicine. So if you have a gangrenous leg, you need to cut the damn leg off and start hopping around the rest of your life. I guess that's what we're saying here. I would rather not do that.